who are involved in the community, or people who, like I said, are teachers. People that might be involved in their churches, that kind of thing. And I like people who are connected in that way, and also who are technologically connected. I have better turnout with people who I'm able to communicate with via email and Facebook. And I don't know what that is, but like whenever I book a party with someone, I will send them. I have a constant contact account, and what I'll do is I'll send them sort of like 4 emails leading up to their party, and each of the emails sort of, each one's a little bit different. Like one might be a confirmation of your party, the second one might give some fun facts, third one, hey, this is what we're going to accept at your party. It'd be great if you forward this on to your guests. And that's an awesome thing to do because first of all, not only does it sort of drive home the importance of this to that party host and maintain contact with them, it's also a really good marketing tool because they'll hopefully forward that on to their guests. And then it also gives me feedback and shows to me that they're active and that they're looking forward to their party and they're actually out there promoting it and that kind of thing. And also, this, I utilize Facebook heavily. I think it's huge to have a Facebook account for your company and to put your events on the Facebook account with the permission of the party host. I think it's a really big deal. It's a really good marketing tool, and it's really good for them to utilize and sending out invitations and that kind of thing. It gets people more active and involved and excited about it. People who are not involved in that kind of thing, or no, the people that you have a party with, or there's a guest, like, well, I don't even have an email address. That's the kind of person that, like, yeah, they might schedule a party, but I would be very, like, I've had those people cancel parties before on me, a couple days in advance because, there's just really no way of maintaining consistent contact with them other than phone calls. And, I know you're probably as busy as I am. I can't be calling them once a week, and those are people that really aren't going to be as, proactive, I think, too, in promoting their party. So I think that's sort of something to look at.
Susie, you've been one of our only customers that have been using Facebook in such a unique kind of way that you've made a page or a group rather for the Metal Bar, and you've been sending out regular updates and on prices of gold, on buying activities and parties and things like that you have, and you've accumulated a large group in the process on this page. It's really something to be proud of. What type of business do you think has spurred from that Facebook activity alone?
Tech, I think it's a little bit too early to tell right now. From that Facebook activity alone, I don't know if it's really spurred business because pretty much every party I've booked has just been word of mouth, what I've got from another party, and not necessarily someone that's blind. Actually, I've only had one person who's contacted me because they came across my website, and it wasn't my Facebook page, which I thought was sort of interesting. But I think that Facebook is a kind of social media that it takes a little time to develop, and I think it's something, if I did not think that it's going to pay off at some point, I wouldn't be as consistent with it as I have been. And I think that's what's really important, is just to stay consistent with it, and to try to get the people on your Facebook page involved. And just as an aside too, I'll do a little plug here. I am trying to get more Facebook followers, and one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually be having an ugly jewelry contest. Yeah, and so I'm running this through Wildfire app, which is, I don't know if you've heard of it, but they help people who have Facebook pages and companies sort of do different promotions. And I'm going to have an ugly jewelry contest, and it's going to probably start in about a week. But I'm going to try to utilize that as a way to get more of a following, because a lot of that is going to be word of mouth. People saying, oh, submit your ugly jewelry to this ugly jewelry contest because you're going to win a $150 Tiffany necklace. So I think just trying to do things like that. And I sort of feel like I'm to the point where my company has built up enough funds where I can experiment a little bit like this with this kind of thing, and just see how it works. Because what's really important with Facebook is to keep your followers involved and engaged, and so that you're top of mind, and so that they know that you're out there and that kind of thing. So I'm going to try this ugly jewelry contest and sort of see what happens. So $150 tech, beautiful necklace. So
now, can anybody participate in that, no matter where they are?
Yes, anyone can. Yep. Well, U.S. only. U.S. only, 18 years old and up. But I'll have some details coming out. And one thing I've been trying to do is I've sort of been throwing out some little teasers on my Facebook page. I think like doing that kind of stuff is sort of important. And this is what's really important. And I've been doing a lot of research on this kind of thing, but I want to try to. I almost feel like the Facebook is more important than your website because with your website it's just sort of a static page, whereas a Facebook is very dynamic, and to get your Facebook page sort of more noticeable, it's really important to have a lot of comments and feedback from your fans, and lots of people hitting the like button and that kind of thing. I mean, there are certain algorithms or whatever that Facebook uses in deciding how often, or how you're how you're displayed, I guess, on your fan pages. And if you look at if you go to your own page, there's two different buttons up there. One is like show all I guess like most recent postings or whatever, and the other one's like most popular or something like that. So you want to be at the top of your fans' page whenever they go to their website. So that's one thing I'm going to try to do is this ugly jewelry contest. I think it'll be fun anyway. So.
Wow. All right. In wrapping up, Susie, is there anything else that you're working on, whether it's a new posting on the metal bar, a book or a speech or anything like that, or any more contests in the future that people can look forward to?
Well, they definitely should look forward to this ugly jewelry contest. I've also been doing a little bit of research into a blog called WordPress. I've heard that that's a pretty big deal. I think what's really important too, though, is to really consider your audience and your demographic when doing this. I'm sort of thinking that my demographic might not really care too much about WordPress or a blog, but I think that newsletters are good. I am going to try to start sending those out about once a month. Consistent newsletter, just talking about the different parties we're having, and price of gold, and maybe just explain a little bit why gold is doing what it's doing. Maybe some tips for buying and selling gold, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try to get a newsletter out pretty soon. So, if anyone's interested, they can send me an email, and I would definitely put them on my newsletter.
Great. And if there's anybody out there in Kentucky that's listening to you right now and wants to hook up with you for a joint venture or just some